Okay, back again, Animoji Gaming. So I decided not to continue another Animoji that's basically more than 1 hour, which is the Resident Evil Revelation 2. Since I think I didn't got that many free times, so I most likely will get interrupted. So besides basically interruption, it's not really has to be during the free time only, because previously the interruption on during the Assassin's Creed 3 of almost 1 hour and 30 minutes video, it's need to be separated into kind of 2 parts, which is because the interruption for basically a random interruption, unnecessary call from marketing from certain bank in Indonesia. So that's the reason why. So I decided to do the shortest instead that I haven't do, which is the Noire, which is basically in Nintendo Switch games as well, and it is actually developed by my favorite all-time game studio, All-Star Games, even though, yeah, sadly in this game it's pretty much, there's no open world at all. I'm not sure, because I used to play this on the PC and I always stopped because during that time I'm still pretty young, or I just not really understand about the games that needs a little bit thinking. But yeah, basically this game is already pretty old. I think in the similar times of the release of the Grand Theft Auto 4 perhaps, or even the Godfather 2 or the Mafia 2, I'm not sure. But yeah, since this is basically pretty much set place in the 40s as well, perhaps, or during the World War II, or before the World War II, or after the World War II, I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty much the user interface or the feature is like the original Mafia, but yeah, this one is definitely
a city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile, the car, the symbol of freedom and vitality.
So that's the reason why. Also,
where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, and not be overlooked by his neighbors.
Latest Mafia basically created. So that's
the city where a man's home is his castle. A quarter acre of the dream made possible by victory.
The feature is still the same. That was released on PlayStation.
The city of opportunists.
But of course, in this game,
the city of dreams, where Hollywood will shape the thoughts and desires of the entire planet.
Not helping my voice. It's actually making it a little bit worse instead.
The city of pioneers. A city of dreamers.
This is all games instead. Maybe they just compete with those Mafia games, because there's actually
a city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems.
Own 2K games as well, which is
a 20th century city that will become a model for the world.
The Mafia franchise. So that's the reason why in this game it's most likely it didn't have
a city that has no boundaries
as well,
that will stretch as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, they just don't want to fight it with each other in terms of the marketing.
In the Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for, that you're on the same team. But Dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the path, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander.
PlayStation 2 games.
So who do you trust, Cole?
Both of them,
I made
both
up
of
my
the
mind.
series, and never really make the game because this game is just too controversial to be released.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective at ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial
Just
Street.
pushing the
Unit
Linux
16 William requests
all the
uniform
boundaries
assistance
of
for an evidence search.
story
14
in the
Adam, code 2.
asylum.
Roger, 14 Adam en
That's
route.
the reason why it's just so weird.
Here we go again. They don't request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch.
This is
Ever the
basically
opposite.
pretty much
From the
static.
beam of sunshine himself.
Almost the same like maybe a definitive edition, so it is more likely to be appropriate as the Mavia 1.5 made as a comps expansion pack. But yeah, it's definitely a different engine and different graphical qualities than the original Mafia that was released on the PlayStation 2. But if you
Floyd
compare
Rose,
with
homicide.
the Mafia 2,
You might back up?
I think
Yes, sir.
Mafia
Phelps
2 is
and Dunn, Wilshire
definitely
Division.
better.
We had a shooting took place down this
Because
alleyway.
if we try
We have
to
the
compare
Vic, Scooter
Mafia 2
Payton,
and Godfather
Negro
2,
male bagged up and on his way to
Mafia
Central
2 is
Morgue.
actually having a
Witness says
better
a tall white guy,
graphical
our
quality,
shooter, put two
even
in the
though
Vic's
if you
head
talk
and then
about the
through his
gameplay and
piece.
open world
I need you guys to try and
perspective,
recover the
Godfather
gas.
2 is
You want us to look
actually
anywhere in
better
particular?
because
Give it your
even
best
with
shot,
the
guys.
Godfather 1
The dead guy's a
that
low
was
light.
released on the
I'm not
PlayStation
expecting
2
any
era,
miracles here.
If we
even
recover the
though
weapon,
it
Bag
used
it and
to be
return it to technical
released again
services.
on the
Hurry up,
next
Floyd. We got
I'm
outta
out
here.
of the console.
Happy hunting.
It already contains a lot of
this is a fist pump.
open world aspects,
Just going through the motions.
characteristic that
Probably
basically
right.
make
Let's just get it over and done.
people a little
All
bit
right,
addicted
have it your
to the
way.
games.
We'll search right up to the back wall. If you still don't come up with
Even though,
anything,
yeah,
come find me
You
and we'll talk
still
it out.
cannot play as a girl.
Two heads are
because,
always
man,
better than one.
Baby, there's no mafia girls during that time. Girls is only the one that basically like a geisha in the Japan, perhaps.
Look at this
Even
junk.
Yakuza, I'm not sure because it's just so hard to find girls in a gangster or criminal world.
It's not my job to pick through other people's
Sad.
trash.
The modern Grand Theft Online or even Cyberpunk, perhaps. So yeah, I used to play this. I still
What have you
a
got,
bit
Phelps?
remember
Anything?
about this first mission when I tried to play it
Giving
on
me
the
anything
PC.
to go on.
But I'm just stuck. I just don't know what objective that I basically need to
I
do.
tell you, I'm jinxed. I always get
Except
landed with this crap.
following the YouTube videos, perhaps, in order to find the
Cole,
clues.
come take a look at this.
But basically, the place is not that huge, so basically, you can try to
We're never going to find it. It's a waste of time.
see over and over again, even though I'm not sure. I think I am still watching YouTube to make this game a little bit faster to be complete. Yeah, it's just so dark, especially during the HDMI video capture footage.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
This try to combine the action
Doesn't
game
really matter
as
how you
also
go once you're gone.
mystery games.
Don't get all deep on me,
solving.
Phelps.
So there's actually other games that I don't know whether it is actually quite popular or not, but I think it's not really a AAA, so it's just dedicated like Sherlock Holmes games perhaps, but it's not called Sherlock Holmes. I quite forgot. I think it's called Crime and Punishment. So it was a game on Nintendo Switch, and it has quite big size, so it should have a good graphical quality. But I'm not sure. Because basically, most of the games that I try to play on the Nintendo Switch is actually comes from the physical cartridge directly, so so I didn't know what's the exact size of the games unless you're trying to see the digital store listing and try to see the details.
Ralph,
Much
there's something
is
on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
that was required to
Reflection
install
in the window.
games digitally.
Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right. Don't hurt yourself.
For some reason, this game is definitely not the definitive edition, because if you talk about the PlayStation 3 games to be
The gun's up on the roof, right?
available
So we need to find a way up.
on the Nintendo Switch is already more than enough. And I don't know whether in the future we always keep porting directly like that, or it just never
What kind of
be.
chumps do these homicide
All
guys
of
think
them
we
is
are?
basically possible to be ported, because it will be pretty interesting if we can play the Red Dead Redemption 1, which is exclusively available on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 only. So if it can
How you
finally
doing,
be
Cole?
played on Nintendo Switch,
Found it yet?
will be pretty interesting. Even though, yeah, basically they still can release definitive edition perhaps about the game and try to release on
I don't even want to think about what that smells.
consoles, rather than just porting the same exact quality of the game.
Probably dope needles around
Smith &
here as
Wesson.
well.
Serial S71893.
Just don't get why they try to investigate, but for some reason
2
they
rounds
try
fired.
to investigate
Instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up
legally,
here.
so they only
Interesting
try
guy.
to do it alone, and yeah, alone with.
We should follow up on this now before the perp tries to leave town.
That's the reason why they didn't need to use glove, perhaps, like any other police investigation.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to
Actually,
Central. We could get a commendation.
later, it is
Could show some initiative, Ralph.
rare,
See if we can
even
come up with an owner.
modern
That's a long
police
shot,
later.
Cole.
It's a pretty fancy gun. You know a local gun
Just
store?
not
Sure.
that good.
There's a place a couple of
Because,
blocks from here.
yeah, the only thing that we have that pretty similar like the police simulator is actually true crime, and Sleeping Dogs as well, obviously. And yeah, it's just so good. So that's the reason why the simulators just cannot match
Are you sure
with
about
the
this?
story
It's not really
that
our gig.
basically provided.
No harm in
those
doing some
games.
digging. The suit didn't seem to
Basically,
give much of a damn.
Noire
Such a little
also
Boy Scout,
have
Cole.
a good story.
You can't wait to get out of that
I
uniform, can
guess.
you?
You'd rather round up drunks and help old ladies across the road?
But yes,
I'd rather get through the day without the captain's foot up my ass.
It'll be fine, Ralph.
There
You
are
worry too
still
much.
so many room for improvements. If it is basically an open world games, this thing can even match with the true crime or Sleeping Dogs. But yeah, true crime and Sleeping Dogs more like a rogue police. But this one is more like a typical conventional police officer. So it's more like a simulator, but in better, because I think Police Simulator didn't have any stories, because it's just pure simulators, repetitive events over and over again. So I'm actually try to complete several missions in this 40 minutes of video. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's pretty fast, to be honest, because we're already running 30 minutes, so it's only 27 minutes for several videos, I guess, or it's actually directly streamed to Twitch. I'm not sure. Already quite forgot, because most of the games is actually already done quite a while. During the time that I always try to buy Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 games, try to hunt for the second hand every day, every hour perhaps, which is very crazy. But right now I no longer care about it anymore, because yeah, I need to more good on maintain my expenses, especially when I still can experience or enjoy with the games that I basically had. Because I always prefer to play games, mini games with trainer or cheat, because it's just making it more different. If you talk about the games like this, they're basically pretty static. Trainer is not really necessary, to be honest, because once you are already complete the game, you are able to edit to do it from the beginning. Which is, I really hate about repetitive things. So that's the reason why I really like to use trainer, especially to make it not repetitive when the game is pretty hard. That's too bad, I was actually crashing into the chair in the side of the road. Just don't get it.
Officers Phelps and Dunn.
Seems to be.
Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Basically
Mr.
pretty
Wesson.
big.
Model 27, registered Magnum.
But yeah,
Chambered for
it's
357.
just missing
Nickel plated with
potential.
pearl grips. Same gun
Not
used by
sure
General
whether
Patton.
Rockstar is
You're not
actually
suggesting he's the owner.
No,
this
I'm not.
for
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
else,
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino.
because in Grand
These
Theft Auto
babies
Online there
are only
is
available
maybe a
special
gun as well, which is
Here's my
the
Smith & Wesson
Scout
order book.
Fighter or
Mind if I take a look?
Tommy gun.
My guess.
Or I'm not sure
It's
what
about
it's
something
called.
bad, right?
But yeah, it's not that good, especially when it is
Model
more
27 with
like
pearl
considered
grips,
like a
Cole.
machine gun.
You see it on
rather
there?
than assault rifle or submachine gun. So that's the reason why how they try to hold the guns is a little bit weird. Unlike many Mafia or Godfather games try to do with those guns. So yeah, the most annoying things about this is because everything was basically tried to be done manually. So that's the reason why, for some reason, it's just so hard. Because you just don't know if you are lost of the information, you just don't know what to do next. But the game's objective. And sadly, I got interrupted faster than I was expected, so I think I will definitely need to.
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder, 203 South Glass Street. Ordered the
separate
gun in
this video,
February
or I
46.
just try to let
Thanks. It's been a big help.
Anytime.
take it in for
Always happy to help out the
times that I
LAPD.
didn't know. But when I can finally do it or continue
Do we call
this
it in?
video,
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Lead the way, Gunga Den.
since I actually tried to buy the gun illegally, even though it's actually for murder. So yeah, I think this is all of this video. So so yeah, there's still so many missions perhaps that I basically can do in this video. So
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind murder weapon bought locally using a real name. If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
just
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of them.
This. Try to get more like mine as well. since I will basically not get interrupted during that time, because I just wanted to finish the remaining 1 hours for the Resident Evil Revelation 2 after this, and also the I'm quite forgot what's the next thing, but I think it was the Resident Evil 0. So yeah, but the Resident Evil will be created in the late night, even though it's basically not that scary. Should be. Because creating the Animoji is not that scary as the one that basically play it for some reason. So we're just approaching the halfway of this video, because we'll try to finish this hopefully before dinner. And
Schroeder.
But the
Coming too.
animation is mostly the games that basically developed by Rockstar Games pretty good on creating animation, because they really record the style of from the real people, like how they try to create.
What do you guys want? I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be.
What of it? Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer.
That's the reason why the
What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this.
really realistic, like the real person. So instead of just
Any tough guy?
moving the mod,
That was a very-
whenever there is a voice sound. So for some reason. So this is actually the first fight of this game, which is pretty weird, because it's really brave to fight the police, even though the police actually took the person, and he seems to be not having any backup with other guys that can help him. And the police ask for backup as well, since it's
Ralph, you all right? I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph. I'm gonna take a look around.
So the head is just suddenly fall off into the ground. At the moment he got punched.
List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation, or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner, and leave the book where you found it.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247, requesting.
He seems to be not picking up his head again, or it's just basically try the end of the first mission, perhaps. I'm not sure, because it's just some random police events. So it's basically the end of the first mission. So it's just maybe he tried to memorize.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches! Get in this line now before I lose my temper!
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you! You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig!
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe!
I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
I didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help.
Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott Costello?
Here for OCS, Sarge.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps. Kelso.
Merrill. Any other gentlemen for OCS?
Some reason
OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
Detective independent game movie, so I'm quite forgot what's the name of the real actors, but yeah, it's basically pretty much like it, even though with different personality, obviously.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs.
Goes into a different title.
Forces like politics,
like a new chapter.
There's no sitting on the fence.
Exactly,
you
like
have
the
to choose
Mavia
sides.
as well.
A brown paper envelope
with a different kind of point of view.
It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identify code 3.
Place in Los Angeles rather than Mavia, which is around New York City, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger, HTL. 14 Adam on route.
So if you talk about the car reflection, it's really look like realistic things for some reason. Once it gets back to the environment, it still look like an empty world. So yeah, I just don't get it right. I basically stopped the cars. Maybe I couldn't be away from keyboard without pausing the game first or even trying to stop the recording. For some reason, since I got the siren stream, so I just don't get why all of the other cars is also stopped at the single points of line. So basically there are some convoy that needs to be going through first. It's just basically regular people. It seems to be like regular people. Or the car was actually the same. Just don't get it. I definitely wasting my maybe 30 minutes just for stopping the cars. It's pretty weird. And to be honest, I just don't get it why the right lane of such closer lane that was close to the sidewalk was actually stopped, and yeah, the one that was in the middle is still going through. And then I'm basically away from keyboard because for some reason the default behavior of Nintendo Switch when there's no controls that was actually detected, it will immediately dim the screen and it becomes so dark. Which for some reason I didn't notice it is actually. Sometimes I usually thought it was actually from the cutscene itself until I realized when I tried to press some button in the controller, it become it's just become much clearer. Because yeah, obviously you cannot see anything, especially when the HDMI video capture will make it darker even more. My eyes really maybe creating Animoji at night is not really good for my eyes because I need to turn on the bright light, and for some reason eyes during the night times is not as convenient to see a bright light. So I have finally come back to the controllers, and now I try to pause the game instead. Maybe I try to pause the recording as well.
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
So this is actually the first gunfight of this game, perhaps, which is pretty unique because the weapon is actually cars. It actually reminds me of the true crime games.
Weapons on the ground now. Try for the front door. Keep your goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps.
And it can actually just need to open the trunk of the police cars that we are currently using. So
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded.
So
I'm offering you a chance.
Papa. You coming closer?
very explicit things because they seems to be already caught at the moment that they arrive at the bank, or they're actually the one that basically try to cover up the operations. Eventually got noticed as well. Like the GTA Online haze, no matter how good that you have actually done during the process, eventually it's still coming to you because that's basically what makes it harder to get money in GTA Online. It's several haze and it's always failed for some reason. Other joint player, they are not as good as me, even though they're level.
Give me some cover.
Maybe it's try to buy try to use certain services to raise their economy just much. For some reason, I've got shot and basically the fall is only the head, so basically I got the headshot obviously. For some reason I'm still alive because if it is so easy to get headshot, then
I think we got him, Cole.
Definitely
should be all clear.
hard, because for some reason third person is just
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or winning the citation. So I guess
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. Glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner.
like the first person, which basically easier to get headshot, but at the same time it's also easy to avoid it. Because yesterday I also tried to play joint haze setup. So
This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank.
and I just cannot.
I have to grasp it.
Thing, especially when
You have to
I was
survive
playing
at first,
the game
Cole.
in
You're the
archery
veterans. The
cage,
Japs love
so
to
it's
shoot
a
off.
very half a small.
I can make a
screen
name
with
for myself in
higher
this
res-
war.
With higher
My
resolution.
future.
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed?
It's just so hard.
You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
Even if
They
it's
talk about
only
officers
just
like you in
NPC,
boot camp, Cole.
It's just making
They call it the Custer syndrome.
hard because I
Guys who
think
go
in the
around
single
dreaming of
player
fame and
only
glory and
fight,
getting all of their
the
men
Red
killed in the
Dawn
process.
Our duty is to
We never
lead,
see
Kelso.
those
And
kind
their
of
duty is to die for your wonderful
Maybe.
future?
that used to be, but I already tried to use trainer, which made me had an infinite health, so no matter enemy, it's like I can still be survive.
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso.
Basically,
To
it's
some
trying
people,
to
it's as
live
simple as chemistry.
in the bar,
Two guys
which
who
is
should have been
like
friends, but their personalities got in the
police
way.
bar.
Phelps, a good guy,
So this is basically
wound
the
way
last
too tight.
mission that I tried to
Kelso,
play, so it's only
quiet man who could never walk
chasing
away
people
from a
if
fight.
I'm not mistaken, but just don't know.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it.
Maybe because I used to
Friends who want to save
fail
friends
several
don't
times,
discuss
perhaps.
religion or politics. In my case, you can add the war
This
to that.
actually the last
I know that
6
song.
minutes.
Wendell Bauer. I put him
This
away
video.
before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car. Wendell Bauer! Stop! LAPD!
You can go screw yourself.
Basically, we cannot chase him using cars, obviously, because he brought
He's hiding in the alley!
Basically, the chase through the alley is actually making it a little bit more realistic. Sorry. So, it's just so fast to be failed as well. There's no
Wendell
reason
Bauer! Stop! LAPD!
to
You can go screw yourselves.
I'm not sure whether I will even try to
He's
keep
hiding in the alley!
with the game. It was actually the first failure. I didn't try
Bauer!
to quit
Hold
the
it right
game
there!
instead.
Stop now or I will shoot. I won't tell you again, Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn! Watch your fire!
You don't want to do this, Wendell.
This is just so arrogant thing.
Get down from there right now.
Give it up, Wendell!
Stay the hell away from me!
You gotta be kidding!
You fucking asked for it!
Action to climb up the stairs is actually just created during
No way I'm going back inside!
perhaps in the games that basically release before
I've done my time!
there is neither
It's over, Bowers!
able to climb
You assholes already screwed me once!
like in the Grandfather San Andreas. It's just really long.
Give it up, Bowers! There's nowhere left to go!
Grandfather San Andreas able to be crunched. Just not a feature
Looks like
in
we've got the
Grandfather
place to
5 for some
ourselves.
reason. I'm not sure what the Grandfather 4 it is able to be crunched.
It's over, Bowers!
It's possible as well. Because I just don't get it why they try to include those as the animation. Because it will be a little bit interesting, especially to sneak up into certain places. Don't have to stand up and try to immediately press to come into certain obstacles.
How you doing, Wendell?
I think it's just
Parole officer's feeling lonely.
like
He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole.
It's just
You run track in
some
high school?
random case they try to be introduced with the different unique things to do, perhaps. Because the longest mission is actually the first
Part of the
one,
tradition of
which
the
is
Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make
cases.
tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed.
like
These ratings
Army.
and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine
some
officer.
reason the face is
Candidate Phelps,
also
you have the
pretty
floor.
similar like in the movie, but I'm quite forgot.
Esprit de Corps,
Doors.
Merrill 10, Franklin 8,
Which is
Weiss 8,
actually
Donahoe
like
6, Kowalski 6, Hudson 5, Kelso 2, Leadership, Donahoe 8, Franklin 7, Merrill 6, Kowalski 6, Weiss 5, Hudson 5, Kelso
it's
1.
remaining.
Candidate Kelso.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in the schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office now.
So basically, army and police cadet seems to be combined into one, which is pretty interesting because in Indonesia, I think it is completely separate.
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solved that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, that get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one, Cole.
Even though, obviously, Army and the police should be working together.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Shoot him.
Hey, Cole.
Just don't get it. Why?
You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th
Tried
Street.
to chase and no one.
You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the
Basically
crowd on.
shot him.
You better see what you can
Just
find
like
out
that.
before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment.
So this actually gonna be
Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
so because it was an investigation, so I decided to quit the game instead, and it's already the last minute of this video. So yeah, hopefully I can able to do 2 hours of Animoji during the late night. Not sure. I'm gonna be tired or sleepy or not. So yeah, basically, if I'm not able to do it, I can focus on finding another Animoji footage that I can make. But I'm not sure whether the OTG drive is able to hold it, or I need to buy another flash drive or microSD to store it.